as of right now. So stop.
I know.
Stop feeling guilty.
I know. It's a super hard thing to crawl out of.
I
Because
understand.
literally 38 years, this has been my
I know
life.
it was abuse. It's abuse. This is just the way that happened, and this is your growth. You're growing from this, and you're gonna get past it. Everything's gonna be fine.
Right. And so I'm saying it, and I'm being open about it, and I'm talking about it on the podcast because...
Call to action?
Basically, call to action. I posted a...
This should be a riot episode.
Yeah, it should be, but it's not. We're going to shout about it because, you know what? It's been a rough day. We spent the entire fucking day looking at cars because I need a car. I live too far away from everything. I live too far in the boonies for me and Tisa to have one car between the two of us. I have to have a car. So we spent all day looking at cars, and then they did a soft credit check, and then I was denied at a fucking dealership in Glendale that
usually takes
everybody. I was fucking denied. That's how bad it is.
And I didn't know how bad it was until I sat and saw him sitting next to him and her, and he was talking to her quietly, so I knew something was up. So I was like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. But I kind of knew it was bad because, like, when the creditors are calling and she's pushing ignore constantly all day, and it's like, just answer the fucking phone, see if we can fix it. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, you have a job interview, and now I have a job interview.
Right. See?
Which is making a lot of money.
It is.
If I get the job.
Yeah, if we both get their jobs,
we'd be well over a certain amount of a year.
We'd be really
We'll be comfortable.
Yeah, we'll be very comfortable.
And we could save and not spoil the kids.
And do all the things we want to do.
But not spoil those kids.
But not spoil the kids.
Because fuck them kids. Because let me tell you something. You want to hear about my day? I went car shopping with my baby all day. And we didn't fight or anything. Like, usually, like, that's a situation where, like, you would argue with your mate. Like, you would fucking fight. You would have an argument or something. Like, get frustrated with each other. But, like, okay, she had told me at one point that I was micromanaging her because she says too much. I'm like, I'm like, these are dealerships. They're, like, con men sometimes. So you can't just say anything to them. So, like, she told me at one point that I was micromanaging her, and I apologized, and I felt bad. But I'm like, if you need me to stop, then I'll stop. She was like, no. And I'm like, okay.
See, we see very, very different things in what we want in a car, what we expect out of this car.
I'm seeing logical get you to point A to B in a year or two after you fix your credit, trade it in.
And I worry about her A to B breaking down on the side of the road, and me in this B, like, shit, how do I'm on the freeway with 2 kids, and my car's broken down.
Guess what? I have AAA, because my precious baby hands
cannot change a tire.
And they're good. They're taken care of with the AAA. So, we had a rough day. We went and ate some chicken. We sat in the parking lot. She's like, are we going to the spirit store? The Halloween store? I'm like, no, I want to talk to you. And then she started going off on herself. And I'm like, no, that's not what I want to talk about. I was just like, get your shit together. And like, everything's going to be okay. Blah, blah. And then we got some chicken. And it was really good. We only ordered a 4-piece. And they gave us a 7-piece. Ooh, ooh. And then we went to try to go grocery shopping because I was going to try to make Sonora enchiladas for dinner tonight. But the Hispanic section, and putting in quotations here, fucking didn't. The Safeway didn't have shit. So we went to the Fry's after we picked up the kids. And I said when we walked in there, we're just here to grab what I need. Don't ask for anything.
You know, she needed to grab what she needed, but I needed to grab dinner for tomorrow because I don't have a car. And she has plans. She's going to have an amazing night, and I didn't want to bother her with my dinner. And so I wanted to pick up dinner, too. So I had that on the list, even though she just had these few things that she needed.
Yeah, but then the kids were throwing shit in the cart.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're not here for this. And I was just getting frustrated. So then she takes them away, and they disappear, and I don't know where the fuck they are. And then I call my mom and ask her what I need to get to make the chili for the Sonora enchiladas. And then I went looking for them, and I finally found them, and they were getting flu shots at fucking Fry's.
I was getting them flu shots because, number one, my daughter asked for them. Number two, she has asthma. She should probably get them every year. And number three, we were there and they were free. And so I was trying to keep them out of her hair because I could tell that she was getting very upset. Not upset, agitated.
Yeah, because
frustrated.
They are frustrating children.
They are frustrating children.
They don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
And I asked her tonight in the pool, I said, did you ever spank them? And she said, oh, a couple of times. Shit. I was like, that explains it all. They should have been spanked. And if you want to fucking at me. Children should be spanked and they should fear their parents, but not beat. There's a difference between beating and spanking. Because my mom and dad spanked me when I needed to be spanked. I was disrespectful towards them. They spanked my ass. And I never was disrespectful again.
My parents threatened, and then they would chase us down the hallway, and then whoever was slowest would get spanked, and my brother was fucking fast as shit. So guess what?
Baby.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
My brother was faster than me.
And he's probably the one that started all this shit, too.
No, I was an instigator. I don't... He's not here to defend himself.
Don't defend him. Say it how it is.
I did most of the shit. I threw a stick over the wall, and it hit my dad in the back, and he came back, and he got pissed, and I blamed Eric, and he took it. He took the punishment for me.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. I used to beat the shit out of that boy. We're 2 years apart. It's sibling rivalry.
I was never that way with my brothers.
Oh, me and Eric. Maybe it's because you had so many. It was me and Eric until Stacy came around 10 years later.
All the ages that we are.
Yeah.
There's 8 of us.
And then your brother's 4 years younger than you. Your next older is 4 years older than you?
Christopher's 3 years younger than me?
4. I thought he was 36.
I don't know.
And then
Michael's 4 years older than
you. So you have a 4-year age difference. We had a less than 2. And they have a less than 2.
I guess. Well, look at Jerry and fucking Bernie. They have a 1.5 year difference between the two of them.
I have never seen them. Well, I don't remember seeing them together because I'm sure I have.
I read you the text, so never mind. Because, Jerry says something and then Bernie's like, I will kick your ass. Just joking around. I love my family.
I know you. I love your family too.
I miss Dylan this week.
So.
Anywho. But then, so they got their shots. Sindel made a big ass scene.
She always makes a big ass scene. She has a thing against needles or something. She always makes a big ass scene, and then she gets a shot. She's like, "Oh, that's not a big deal," and she saunters out of there like, "That was fine. I'm awesome." And I'm like, "You're not awesome. I just fought with you for 20 minutes to get you to sit down for 1 minute to get the fucking shot."
Then she kept throwing shit in the cart. She scanned that fucking candy and put it in the bag. Guess what? We took it out. We had the lady take it out.
Thank you.
I put the cheese away. She was just throwing shit in the fucking cart, and it was just irritating.
I was wondering what.
No, I put everything away that they kept putting in the cart. Look at that beautiful big-headed baby.
I know, and the Moxie's getting used to the big-headed baby.
I love my dog.
So I want to talk about the kismet that happened this week with Clifford
A. Jones Jr.
Clifford A. Jones Jr.
I'm sure he doesn't listen to my podcast, but if he does, that's probably why he's been talking to me the way that he did.
And I want to talk about what we got.
Alright, so, because I'm on unemployment, they do this mandatory meeting thing now with Arizona Workforce, something. And so I had a meeting, I had to go Wednesday? I had to go Sunday this week, but I missed it because I had to take the kids to school and her to work and then pick them all up. And so I couldn't make it, so they said that you can just go in and do what you need to do. So I went in when I did, and they said be prepared to be there for an hour to 3 hours. So I get there and I'm all frustrated because the guy that I get is slow, and he's not talking to me, and I'm getting frustrated. But not really, because I'm just like, whatever, why am I here? Why do I have to spend my time when I could be applying for jobs online and doing what I need to do at home. So he's apologizes, and he tells me he's sorry that he's taking a long time because they changed the process of the way that they input the people that go in, and they've changed it twice, and he has to put so much more information into the computer now and all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, it's okay. And he's really frustrated. He's like, I'm an ex-Marine. I was in the Marines for 20 years. And I think that was long. And then he said that he worked at with the juvenile juvie, and I asked him if he knew my sister, and he said it sounded familiar. And then he turns to me. No, then the lady comes in, and I guess she would be his supervisor, says, you've been talking for an hour. You need to cut it short. There's 6 people in the waiting room. And he kind of got upset. He's like, don't they tell you to be here for how long? I said an hour to 3 hours. He's like, we've only been talking for this long. And he's like, and there's so much more I can do for you. So he's like, I profiled you when you came in. I'm like, okay. I didn't really think anything of it, but let me tell you something. A lot of empaths, a lot of psychics, a lot of people come up to me and they talk to me about shit all the time. I even saw a status update from years ago saying that this exact thing that I'm saying. But this guy, I don't know if he read me or he profiled me or it's an act of the universe or an act of God, but he was very religious about God, and he said he died 4 times in 2000. In the year 2000, he died 4 times, and he's still here. And he's an ex-Marine, and he's used to jump out of airplanes and all this stuff. And so he basically read me and told me that I used to write in a diary and a journal when I was younger, and I had a bunch of them, and I don't write anymore. That I used to play an instrument, but I don't anymore. That I am artistic. And he said that I've had 3, and then he corrected himself, and he said, no, 2 businesses that you wanted to start, but one of them started and you had to put it on the back burner, and it was up for like a year or a month and a half. And he's like, and you have another one. And the one that he's talking about is this years ago. My friend and my ex's best friend at the time, and I started a adult store online, and really it only lasted for like a month and a half because then she got pissed because of some stupid shit, and so that was over, and we even like registered the name and everything, and I got all the paperwork done. So now here we are with Rebel Mayhem. And he said for me, here's the information that you need. He gave me the SBA's information. He's like, you need to look up this information. You can get loans. You can do this. You can do that. And then he said, you need to read about the foundations. He said, there's 2,500 foundations. And he said, Bill Gates is part of the foundation, and his wife, they started in their garage with their money, and now look at them. They're worth, he said, $3 billion. And he said, this is the funny part, he said, Fuckerberg, the guy that started Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he said Fuckerberg, though I don't know if he was making a joke or if he was serious. He's like, and all these people have started with very much of nothing and are big. And so then he's put down God's Pharmacy, and he said, I need to look up information for God's Pharmacy, because I said to Amanda, it's because I'm fat. Because having a sit-down job, I've gained 20 pounds this year, and you could see it, and I don't like it. Like, she recorded me with the dog the other day, and I saw, oh my Jesus. I saw it, and I was just like, I need to do something. So I put down that information, and so I told her about it. And then, when we go to pick up the kids, she tells me,
oh, my sister was selling a camera? Is that this part?
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister in Colorado put up this camera, and I was looking at it, and what caught me was it said mirrorless or something like that.
Mirrorless.
And I'm like, Tisa was talking about a camera similar to this, so I showed Tisa the picture, and she's like, oh my God, that's exactly the camera that I want. That's exactly the camera that I've been looking at for months. And so I texted my sister, and I'm like, how much? And she told me, and we're like, that's way cheaper than anything we've seen. And it was the universe acting, because my sister needed the money, and
I've been saying I've been wanting this camera. Fuck, since January maybe.
Right.
And I've had the money and I've had it in savings, but I'm just like, shit might happen.